Hello, I'm David McCullough. The Frontier Culture Museum means a lot to me. My family tree includes ancestors who were Scotch-Irish, German, and English. So a visit here is not just tracing my ancestry, it's like going back in time. The Frontier Culture Museum is the only place of its kind in the world. Take a minute now to see what it has to offer. This young Englishman woke up early. He's too excited to sleep. Today, he's leaving the farm where he's lived all his life. He'll travel to the sea, where he'll board a tiny ship bound for the colony of Virginia. His mother is terrified, and with good reason. His ship could sink. He could die of smallpox, or rotten food, or be killed by the savages, as they called the Native Americans. The boy thinks he can take care of himself. And if all goes well, in 7 years, he'll have 10 acres of land of his very own. That makes him feel like a king. This German farmer is angry. The nobleman who rules the territory is demanding an extra day of work from every subject to harvest the nobleman's crops. This man can barely harvest his own. It isn't fair, and he's tired of being bullied. People in the village talk about a place called Pennsylvania. Good country for a farmer, they say. He thinks he might just go to Pennsylvania. He'll start making plans tomorrow. This young African girl is looking forward to tomorrow. There is a boy here to talk to her father. He is here to ask for her hand. And if her father agrees, tomorrow they will officially be engaged. But little does she know it's not to be. Later this night, men will come. They will kidnap the girl and deliver her to a ship bound for the New World. There she will become a slave, never to see her homeland or her family again. As the blacksmith works at his forge, he has a welcome visitor. He's known this girl since she was a child. She's brought him a rake, old and broken, to see if it can be fixed yet again since her father has no money to buy a new one. Drought has come again this year and ruined the harvest. But the blacksmith can't help her. The rake's too old to fix. Her father will be disappointed. Her family grows flax, a plant that's woven into linen to sell. No flax, no money for rent, or a new rake. Things can't go on this way. Her father doesn't like changes, but some of their neighbors are going to America. She's never heard of a bad harvest in America. Now all she has to do is convince her father. During the 17th and 18th centuries, people came from all across the Atlantic world to begin a new life in America. Many came for the opportunities the colonies seemed to promise. Others came against their will. But it was here, joined together, that they became Americans. From the old world, they brought their customs and beliefs and adapted them to their new country. They brought the tools of their trades and the skills of their fathers and mothers. And in the new world, these cultures began blending. Life in America was not easy, and people needed one another. In every home, you could find influences from other countries and other cultures. From their neighbors, settlers learned better ways to farm, to weave, to build. People borrowed designs from the old countries and improved them. They began to understand and share each other's customs and to create new families. Slowly, the old world traditions joined together and transformed one another to create a distinctly American way of life. Here in Stanton, Virginia, the Frontier Culture Museum tells the story of the hundreds of thousands of people who migrated to colonial America. It was here on the early frontier that these diverse groups learned to live together and where a distinctly American way of life took root. The Frontier Culture Museum offers a real-life before and after picture of this migration. The Old World exhibits are the before picture. Real historic buildings from England, Germany, West Africa, and Ireland, each filled with everyday items of the past. The America exhibit is the after picture, the story of how these cultures blended together and how the American frontier slowly became the American heartland. Many of these historic structures were moved here from their original locations to protect them from destruction and were painstakingly reassembled here at the museum, piece by piece. Others were recreated from historic documents. Together, they offer a picture of early America unlike any other. The Frontier Culture Museum is a great place to spend the day because there's something for everyone. Children can experience history hands-on with games and activities from the past. Guests can tour the beautiful historic buildings and exhibits and try their hand at chores or crafts the old-fashioned way. You can navigate the museum grounds at your own pace, and costumed interpreters help bring the past to life. The Frontier Culture Museum is unique. It's one of the clearest and most enjoyable ways I know to understand who we are as a people. It's so important that we appreciate how we came to be Americans, that from the start, America was not one idea, but many. That we're not one culture, but a blend of all the cultures that come to our shores. The Frontier Culture Museum is a vital reminder of that fact, and it deserves our support. I hope you enjoy your visit and you come back over and over again.